the show, everybody. Wow. Okay,
I know.
that works. Have a seat. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Wow. Back at ya.
Can I ask a question? I have a question. What were they serving you in the hallway before you came in here? That was so lovely. Thank you for that very, very warm welcome. Thank you so much. We'd like to welcome back to the show the host of our digital series, Momlife Crisis, Kate McKenna, who is here today.
Hi, guys.
Well, listen, we're really, really happy that you've got so much excitement and energy today because we are really excited to be featured in the kit that is out today. So, our photos that you're seeing. We actually spoke with beauty editor. So, yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my God, we could just look at those for the rest of the show. We actually sat down and spoke with beauty editor Renee Say, who is a regular contributor here on the show. She is, of course, with the kit. We discussed holiday style, traditions, and hosting etiquette, and so much more. You can find this online right now if you go to thekit.ca. And if you do get the Toronto Star, you'd like to pay. We're old school, baby. We in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is an insert. This is an insert in today's paper. I don't want to give you too much, but I just want to say, like, we look really, we look really, really good.
Save it for them to get the paper. Save it. They're gonna have to get the paper.
You're right.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so thank you to every single person at the kit. It was so much fun to do. We had a great shoot with Kitty Holland, Catherine Holland. So the entire experience was mwah. Thank you. Thank you so much for featuring us.
You look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving to this. Spotify Wrapped is back again. Well, people are kind of like, okay.
Kinda.
So listen, you can now see your favorite artists, songs, albums, and podcasts from the past year. So there's these musical recaps. Do we like that this has become a thing?
I do too.
I don't. There's certain things.
You don't like it?
No, because there's certain things that reveal that I am lame.
Oh.
My Google search history, I don't need people to see that.
Okay.
My notes app in my phone, and my music.
How
recap.
bad is it? How bad is it?
It's awful. Here we go. January, February, March was Mother Goose Club. I learned how to brush my teeth. We got some Blippi in here. So listen, I don't have any musical taste, period. I don't know what's new and cool. I don't know what's old and cool.
Wow.
But that's
your son's music.
But that is now my child's music. So yeah, it's not, I don't care to see it. It just, that is,
So when
that
you're in
is
the
what
car,
I'm living
when
in.
you're in the car by yourself, what do you listen to?
Oh, I like Olivia Dean. I know you like her. I like
Okay.
Shabuzi. I like Jelly
you do
Roll.
know
But
stuff.
I'm a bit lame when it comes to music, so I don't need to see how lame I am.
That was not a lame list. That was a very hot list. My daughter has also co-opted my music service. And so even though Nokia was my first #1 listened to song, which I didn't think, I mean, I liked Drake. I didn't think I liked him that much, but Nokia, Apata by Rosé. Is that how we say it?
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Rosé?
yeah, yeah.
That's my daughter. And #3, has anybody heard of the band Cat's Eye? Yes. Cat's Eye is the next
That's
big
K-pop.
K-pop. So my daughter, that is #3. This is not my playlist. So child, get out of my music
So your child's
service.
playlist, and what about Jaya?
Well, first of all, I don't have Spotify. I have Apple Music, but it does something similar. And I didn't even know this was a thing until you showed me. You're like, oh, you can have this too. So I looked and I laughed very hard because it was predictably my top artist was Prince.
Obviously.
Guys,
Yes,
my top song was Curious. It was Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. Have you heard this song before? I feel like it's not your banger.
I don't even know that song.
I know.
I don't even know that
and
song.
then there was some Barry Manilow in there as well.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with Barry Manilow.
No,
I
not
heard
at
it.
all.
There's nothing wrong with him.
How about you?
You know what I love about this? Music marks time. There's always a song that gets played and it immediately sends you back to a specific time or a place or a dance or a first kiss. So I love this, and also getting the metrics of it, I absolutely love.
Do you have your list?
I do have my list. I often tell people I have a very eclectic taste, and now I can back it up with some metrics. I've got everything. My #1 was Cannonball Adderley. The album that I love is called Something Else. It came out in 1958. I also listened to Janet Jackson because I went to her residency. Also Bad Bunny. There's a Haitian artist by Joey Doué Filet. I love his stuff for Campe. And of course, Olivia Dean.
Yep.
I'm all over the place. And then Bob Marley because it reminds me of my dad. And then Kate Trinata. I'm literally all over the place. So yeah, it was really cool to get the proof.
Really, really cool. A little trip down memory lane for the year.
All right, so let's dive into this next one. CBC News is reporting that Tim Hortons has been pushing the federal government to lift the cap on the number of temporary foreign workers it can hire. They say in a letter to the immigration minister that the food service industry was disproportionately hard hit by the pandemic and continues to face unprecedented labor shortages. So what do you guys think about this?
I mean, it is
Right?
interesting. I found it really interesting to learn that the temporary foreign workers program was actually originally intended to be a short-term solution, but an increasing number of employers had been hiring them even as unemployment in Canada was
Really low.
Was really exactly. So, like, the question is why? Like, what is the reason behind this? So, in some cases, we know that they're able to pay less for temporary foreign workers, particularly in places like farms. It's been known. There's been a lot of talk about exploitation in those realms. But in cases like this, I wonder if it's partially that they're not able to find as reliable.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends who own businesses and who are supervisors and have to call agencies to look for workers. And one of them told me, he's very honest. He's like, listen, the North American workers are different from the foreign workers. The foreign workers, when we hire them, there are very little issues. They usually always have friends and family that they can also bring in to do that kind of work. And we're very happy. There's zero issues. The North American workers, there are last-minute doctor's appointments. You want more pay, but you're not doing more work. There's a lot more issues. So they tend to lean more to the foreign workers because they have less pushback and less issues with them. And I know it's an uncomfortable thing for people to hear, but that's what a lot of people who are in the hiring position are dealing with.
And also, is it true that, you know, I don't know if it's a trope or not, but that Canadian workers, you know, even if they might be unemployed, do they want to do the work that is being offered by temporary foreign workers? We know that if you guys love your fruits and vegetables, that's a temporary foreign worker who is picking your fruit and vegetables on Canadian farms. You know this, right? So it's like, and I hate to call it low-skilled labor. That is highly skilled work in very difficult conditions. If you're picking fruit on the Holland Marsh in 39-degree weather, you have to ask yourself, that worker is not built any differently than a Canadian worker. But, you know, I know we have youth unemployment numbers that are really high, and that's a problem. Our young people are not getting employed. The question is, there's a disconnect. So is that young teen not appropriate for that job? Do they not want that job? And you know, there are big questions here.
Well, and I'm glad you brought up young people, because I think, you know, if you zoom out, one of the criticisms of this temporary foreign worker program in this case is that they're giving jobs to people and then taking away jobs from young Canadians, and that they should be increasing training. But training only works if people want the jobs and if young people want the jobs. And I talked to a friend of mine who's worked in restaurants forever. He now owns a few restaurants and hires people. And he said, young Canadians do not want these jobs. And we had a great back and forth about it, and wondered if maybe it is social media and TikTok. He said they all seem to want to be entrepreneurs. They all want to make their own money, and they're not really interested in doing the gritty work that doesn't seem to pay all that well. And perhaps it's a cost of living awareness. There was a recent study that said that young people in this country think they have to make $100K a year to live comfortably. So maybe they'd rather take a big swing and be an entrepreneur than grind it out every 2 weeks like we did to make money.
I'm just asking, but what about the parents of these young people? What role do you think they play in it?
I think
because
we play a
I
role.
had to get a job at 14. I was asking for stuff, and my mother's like, you know what you need? And I was like, what? She's like, a job. Because you're asking me for stuff. And then I'm seeing my friends who have children around that age. They have a lot of stuff that like, I know people who work full-time jobs can't afford. So if I have all those things and I'm always on my phone, why would I want to go and serve coffee to people and the morning shift, right?
I definitely recognize that as a parent, like that I can see also my friends who have kids who are even as university students, and they're like, well, they're overloaded with work. And I'm like, I juggled all kinds of things during that time. So
it is a little, I will say, listen, we know friends. Like, I've got friends who've got kids in sports like 6 nights a week.
But do you think,
and then you juggle homework.
do you think when you bring up like kids in sports, do you think that's because we're so worried about our kids succeeding given the climate that we want them to get a scholarship?
Instead
so we
of working
think
at Tim
serving a
Hortons.
bagel is not going to help them get a scholarship, but maybe sports will?
I will just say, can I just say,
also
sorry,
doesn't have the social
just as
cachet.
one extra thing, because I know we're going to move on in a second. I think people need to be aware of the fact that there's also people trying to stir racism around this conversation.
There's
a lot of racism.
Yes.
And so just be aware, there was a video that went viral on TikTok recently that showed a white guy, you know, in his 20s, named Josh, who was apparently going and trying to get jobs at a coffee shop, at a regular fast food restaurant. And he was complaining, I just can't get a job, I can't get a job. Turns out it was completely AI. Completely. And people fell for it. People were sharing it. People were like, look, this is an example of how our jobs are being taken away. This guy can't get work. It was completely fake. We all need to be vigilant and aware how much this is
Stirring
increasing and
xenophobia.
fast.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a great point. great point.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to something completely different. The New York Times reports that a masked bandit broke into a Virginia liquor store, leaving a trail of empty bottles of rum, moonshine, and peanut butter whiskey. The suspect was later caught passed out in the bathroom.
I love
Yes,
this.
it's a raccoon, and it is A-OK. According to Animal Protective Services, its hangover lasted about an hour and a half. Thoughts on this story?
I mean, okay, we're lucky it is okay.
Yes, of course.
It is okay. This is why I stopped drinking almost 4 years ago. You know, I was getting too tempted when I would walk by the LCBO to go in and, break in. No, listen, in all honesty, remember we did a story a few weeks ago, maybe last week? If we are taking domesticating pets a little too far. Do you remember we talked about this? People are like, should you take a raccoon in as a pet?
We're not domesticating this pet. He's looking himself.
He's domesticating himself.
Yes.
No. She is domesticating herself. And listen, when I used to drink, that peanut butter whiskey was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Listen, I feel like when I saw this is the best story of 2025. And it also is a perfect timing because I feel like when I look back on all the news stories of 2025, doesn't it feel like a drunk raccoon has been at the wheel this entire time? Tariffs on, tariffs off. The kids are saying 6-7. Gayle King is up in space with Katy
She's
Perry.
coping.
Right? All this craziness.
Coping.
It does feel like a drunk raccoon has been like, ha, let's try this. So to me, this story totally fits in with the way I feel about this year, and it cannot finish fast enough.
But guys, there's a happy ending. They're now selling merch that says "Trashed Panda" to raise money for the animal shelter.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
I love this.
I love this.
Me too.
Okay.
I want the pink one.
All right, we all know. I know what y'all are getting for Christmas. Okay, we want you to take a look at this photo that Dance Moms alum Abby Lee Miller posted. Yeah, kind of a funny version of Neil Patrick Harris, we think. This heavy-handed airbrushing even shocked NPH himself, who commented, what did you do to my face? Would you be offended if someone airbrushed you that badly in a photo, Kate?
I mean, I've been Neil Patrick Harris.
What?
Yeah, I was doing some work for a group, and I went through the professional deck, and there was a slide with my name on it, and then this picture was there.
Oh.
What?
And-
That's supposed to be you?
I'm
That's
not,
a mistake.
I'm not
wait.
totally sure who that is. Listen, I wore that outfit. It's my body, but it's so bad I'm not even offended. It is the funniest thing.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on.
I replied all and
I
was
have
like,
questions.
Who is
I have questions. Everyone's face is a little janky.
Is it AI? Do you think
Maybe.
it's an AI?
Maybe.
Oh, wait, Melissa, while you're there, can we point out her teeth? Look at Kate's teeth. Like, Interview with a Vampire Styles. What is happening?
I don't know who. We don't know her.
Okay,
we
that's
don't know
amazing.
Do you
her.
want it all to be your desktop at work? I think
Yes.
that would be.
I love
that
it.
would be
Your
nice.
eyes. Your eyes are blue. Your
I
eyes
wasn't offended. It was the funniest. It brought me such joy. Because if it was a bit me, maybe I'd be offended.
No.
But it's not me.
It looked AI or
I'm gonna say
something.
there's a story behind this, and I really want to get to the bottom of it. That's all I got. It's gonna make that my.
Someone
my
doesn't like you,
I
Kate.
wouldn't be mad if it was good airbrushing. This is beyond comprehension, as is that.
It's a face swap.
It is a face swap.
That they did, yeah.
I will say there was something weird that happened. I went to a wedding once. I was at the wedding. I saw the bride. She looked beautiful, and the groom, whatever. And then a couple weeks later, when they sent the thank you cards out, the photo was there, and her hair was radically changed. And in a way, it was janky looking. Like you could tell someone had airbrushed.
The photographer?
Yes, or somebody.
What
I
was it
don't know.
before and what was it
It was
after?
up in an updo, and then this was down. And I think that the hair was
That's a big
radically
change.
longer than it was in real life. And it wasn't extensions, I promise.
Okay.
I did all the thinking about it. Well, that was a strange one.
That's a
Very
strange
strange.
Yeah,
choice.
right?
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
there was a time where it was very popular for all of us to use it. I know I used the Facetune because it was like, oh, this is a cute little thing. And then you would look at it like, you'd see other people doing it. It's like, I know you, girl. That's not your face. That's not your body. And I feel like Abby Miller has jumped the shark. And I think this is a sign to all of us to stop using these things. We know what you look like. Be comfortable with your face. Take a nice angle. Make sure the lighting's good. And stop making people look like cartoon characters.
I'm
They don't
glad
even
you
look like
brought
human
that
beings.
up. No, I'm glad you brought that up because listen, we take a lot of photos for our job. We just did the kit.ca. So we know a little, we've learned a couple things along
learned
the way.
so much from you.
Yes, you don't have to Facetune. Ladies, gents, you just have to
Such a
know
good
your
tip.
lighting, your angles, and your side. Okay?
I'm so
I don't know if
overwhelmed.
you know this. We all have a side that's more
Tell them.
photogenic. The other. Am I going to tell the country?
Tell them. It has been so helpful
Oh,
for
okay.
me.
Yeah.
Whatever nostril is your widest
No, I got a
tends to be your side that you should give to the camera as opposed to the other.
tell
We're
Kate
all
what her side is.
naturally asymmetrical. Relax.
So I'm
put your-
sitting. Wait, I'm
tilt your head
sitting
back.
on the wrong side of the table.
Let me see. Yeah, left side.
You see?
Left side. Why? Can I see? Can I see your nostrils? Yeah, left side.
I should be in your seat.
Well, you know that when we started the social, I wanted to be on that side and
Let's
they
do real
didn't
quick.
give it
Let's
to
do
me.
real quick. Let's do real quick. Let's do real quick. Let's do real quick. Let's do real quick.
Let's go. Watch. Okay, wait.
Okay, wait.
Don't I look so much better?
Oh my God.
You still look great either
What
way.
have we been doing all this time?
Does it feel weird?
I'm
Does
stunning.
the universe feel weird?
The universe is a little upside down right now.
This is nice.
This is nice.